Give it a few minutes for things to get going. Don't mind the mess, and I'll get to that at some point. I'm still trying to get some last minute details together here, but doesn't look like anyone. Well, someone's here. Just going to give it a little bit, see if anyone shows up. Well, as people out there may have seen, we've had basically an attack on our U.S. Capitol by people of our own country, by people who are mad simply because their candidate lost the election. An election that everyone with a brain has said was legit, with very little, if any, fraud. Now, every election has fraud. Every election is going to have some element to it. There's going to be somebody out there that did something they weren't supposed to. Unfortunately, that's the way it happens in a free society. Some people will take it upon themselves to do things they shouldn't. But that doesn't have any effect overall on the election. Donald Trump had a rally this morning, right before the Electoral College votes were to be counted, to where he said to his people that the election was stolen, that it was a fraud, and that there was mass voter fraud. He then instructed his people at that rally to leave his rally and go to the Capitol building to force Congress to change the electoral vote. Well, one, you're a little late. One, the votes were already counted by the states and submitted to the Congress for certification. Mike Pence wasn't going to change anything. Mike Pence may not be my favorite person in the world, but you know what? He believes in the Constitution. At least he has to this point. And then these people proceeded to attack, break windows, breach the security of the U.S. Capitol, and a woman was shot inside the Capitol. Now, I am not 100% sure if she was a protester or what, but we have one dead American tonight because people couldn't control their anger because their candidate lost. They were such sore losers that somebody is dead. Now, I don't know how the laws work in D.C. I don't know what their rules are pertaining things like felony murder. I don't know if they even consider what these people did a felony by breaking into the U.S. Capitol and bringing weapons. But I always thought bringing weapons onto federal property was a federal crime and a felony. And if I recall, take felony murder, for example. Felony murder charges stem from the fact of somebody committing a felony, dying within the act of another felony. I don't know if Washington, D.C. has that rule or not. I know a lot of states do. And I hope every single person is charged in this woman's death with whatever they can be charged with. Donald Trump incited a riot today. He incited insurrection today. And the most he's done is send out a little video saying, you need to go home. But all he did was throw one log on the fire while putting out another. Now, I have people on Facebook telling me, oh, you can't say they're all Trump supporters. Do you think I'm stupid? No. Of course they're all Trump supporters. There's no one else it could be. Are liberals really going to attack the state or the U.S. Capitol building when the president that we voted for is about to become president, a certified president? The answer is no. And these people were seen on video, massive people leaving the Trump rally and going to the U.S. Capitol, and then assaulting the U.S. Capitol, bringing firearms into the U.S. Capitol, getting into the chambers of Congress, stealing pieces of furniture and breaking things down and trying to steal stuff. But Republicans and Democrats both in the Congress have said that they will continue their work and they will continue with getting the electoral votes counted tonight. So these people have failed in their little attempt at a coup. The electoral college votes have been secured. They were secured before the people breached the halls of Congress. Luckily, some people were on the floor and they were smart and they grabbed them and they took them to a secure location. I want to commend the Capitol Police doing what they could to make sure all the senators were safe, and all the representatives from the U.S. House were safe. Now, it took them a long time to start dispersing these people, but they were dispersed. Now, there's still stragglers around. The D.C. is now in a curfew. It will be in 4 minutes. And they've done had a bigger push towards cleaning the area or sweeping the area as they get ready for that curfew. Now, right now, they are working on securing the Capitol. They are working on making sure that this Capitol is safe, that there are no bombs left behind, no kind of people straggling around waiting to hurt somebody when Congress goes back into session. But I do believe that the Congress must act. They must act quickly, and they must certify the election as they're supposed to, as they were trying to do. It should have been no more than an hour worth of work this afternoon. And then this happened. Now, if you ask me, this is the most pathetic thing I have seen in my life. I have never in my life seen such stupid actions by the supporters of a president. In 2016, I sat here on this channel and condemned those people that were rioting over Hillary Clinton losing, because it wasn't right. I didn't like Donald Trump. I still don't like Donald Trump. But riots? Fighting your fellow American people? Destroying property? It doesn't make any sense to me. To me, that is not an American act. Earlier today, Melania Trump tweeted out that these were American patriots. Patriots. These patriots, as she wants to call them, were spitting on our Constitution and spitting on every American who cast a vote in this election. Now, I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Trump voter. I don't care if you're a Biden voter. You are welcome here at the Big Grand Show. And we can talk and we can have discourse. But the people I don't want around me on my social media or on my channel are people that support the actions that these people took today at the Capitol. These people aren't Americans. They're terrorists. Plain and simple. They try to, for political reasons, attack a political institution, trying to scare the people inside to change the votes. That is definitely the definition of terrorism, if you ask me. Now, every single one of these people should be taken and tried and put in prison. It's bad enough that today started with the seditionists trying to overthrow the electoral vote. And then you had these idiot Trump supporters who attacked the damn place. It was bad enough that people like Ted Cruz decided that they would contest a legitimate election. My hope is that they will stop. That they will stop with their BS. It doesn't need to continue. All you're doing is inciting riots. Yes, we understand that there can be fraud sometimes, but there has never been fraud, at least in my lifetime, in a presidential election that changed the outcome. You might get a precinct here, or a person here that voted twice, or some one. Every year there's something. They find something, like 5 to 10 people usually. You hear about it all over Fox News and all over liberal media and social media. Oh my God, they found 10 people that. Who cares about 10 people? 10 votes isn't going to change. What is it? 200 million votes almost. What happened today is a travesty. What happened today is definitely not patriotic. And I really don't know what else to say about it. I can say that I'm very disheartened at what I've seen. To the family of the woman who was shot and killed, my condolences. I don't know their name, and I don't know why they were there. I don't know if they were part of the mob or not, but no one should have ended up dead over a protest of an election. I don't care what party they're from. And I don't care what party anyone is from. Left, right, conservative, liberal. I don't care. Oh, hi. I don't know what's going on. YouTube's not really sending out notifications much as of late. But it's just been one of those days. One of those days that I would just rather go back to bed and not watch. But, it's kind of hard to take your eyes away from it when you see what these people are trying to do to our country. Because like I was saying, Republican or Democrat, I don't care. If Donald Trump had won the election, would I have been sad? Yes. Would I have been horrified for friends of mine? Yes. But would I have been trying to attack the U.S. Capitol building or even suggesting it? No. Well, they say that the White House is pretty secure. It was the Capitol building that where the con, and all they did basically was smash the windows and crawl through the windows, because there was no, unlike the White House where you've got lots of fences and lots of security, there pretty much was no security at the Capitol building at this time, and there usually isn't a lot during the day. There's a few guard things. And they got overrun very quickly because there was thousands of these people. And so they were able to get up on the steps and able to crash through the windows of some of the, I guess they're like plexiglass windows because they didn't shatter. I'm going to assume there's some kind of, probably pull up retardant type window, but they were able to bust them down. They pushed in the windows, they got in, and then they overran the Capitol building for at least an hour or so. And I'm not sure exactly where all they went. I haven't seen all the pictures of everything, but it's been they were in a lot of places. They got over the entire place. One of the supporters, even one of the people actually fell and broke some bones when they fell, when they were trying to, I guess, jump down into the at the main area of the Senate chamber. I do find it kind of interesting, though, that of all the things that we're seeing, because there's still a lot of information that hasn't been made clear. I haven't seen all the stuff, all the pictures, and all the video, but I've seen a lot. I've seen some video, and they were showing them storming the Capitol building. They showed them in the chambers. There was a picture that came out of them actually getting into Nancy Pelosi's office and writing "We will not back down" on some manila folder of some sort on her desk. These people are absolutely crazy. You ask me, it makes no sense. It's not American. It's not what Americans do. When you don't like an outcome of an election, if you don't like the outcome of an election, what you need to do is show up the next election and vote for the other guy or woman, whoever it shall be. That's how you do it. In 2016, when Trump won, I said, give the guy a chance. And I said that rioting isn't reasonable. And I completely understand being scared, because I'm actually very concerned about the whole situation. I don't know what usually I have some kind of good hope or news to give. But right now I don't, because I have no clue what's going forward. I know these people probably are going to end up in the back of the Capitol building, or they're probably going to show up when they do the inauguration on the 20th. But Trump is on his way out. This is just basically the dying breath of a fascist dictator who doesn't want to let go of power. He thinks himself to be this big, strong man. He's not. He's a coward. And inauguration day is going to be a bit of a mess. At least they're going to do most of it virtually, from what I've seen. At least Joe Biden wants to do a lot of it virtually. So hopefully that at least limit the number of people that are there. I guess we'll see what happens down the road. But at this point in time, what I do know is that one woman is dead from being shot within the Capitol. And the crowd has now been dispersed as the curfew is going into effect there, and they're trying to get the people out. So the crowd is getting smaller. I haven't been in to see the actual footage in the last 30 minutes, so I do not know for sure how small those crowds are getting. But hopefully, since we saw what happened today, hopefully on inauguration day, it'll be a bigger security detail showing up, before the crowds get there. And hopefully that's what we get. Hopefully that's how it goes. And hopefully Donald Trump will just leave office on the 20th peacefully. No, he's not going to. Obama was an actual man, a real man. Donald Trump is a loser. He's a coward. He's not going to extend Biden the same generosity that Obama did. Obama invited the Trumps over within a week of losing the election. Why? Because he has class and dignity. When the person that he wanted to win didn't win, he moved on. And it's just because this doesn't make any sense. This isn't how America works. What Obama did was American. That's what Americans do. That's what an American president does. Even Richard Nixon, who was about to be impeached and removed from office for what he did, left peacefully. So I don't really understand what's going on here with Donald Trump, except for the fact that he thinks he's king of the world or something. But I will leave you with one bright spot. Actually, yes, he did. He, in a letter, told them to go home. Or not in a letter, but a video, told them to go home. But at the same time, told them, we know that the election was stolen, which the election wasn't stolen. There was no fraud. There was no rigging. But he repeated it at least 3 or 4 times in the video while telling these people to go home. So it didn't really have much of an effect. The police still had to remove the people from the grounds, like I said, and so I said earlier. It basically you put a log on the fire while trying to extinguish another one. It doesn't make any sense. Donald Trump is really he's lost his way completely. To be honest with you, the cabinet needs to be convened and use the 25th Amendment to remove him from office and let Mike Pence finish the term out as president. Because he's obviously neglected his duties as president. He no longer cares about America. He just wants to see it burn. And it's ridiculous. But one bit of good news before I go. The Democrats did take the Senate. We now have a 50-50 Senate. When Joe Biden takes office with Kamala Harris as vice president on the 20th, we will automatically have 51 votes in the Senate. So that much is good. But first we have to get there. And I think the next week or so is going to be a little rough. It's going to be a little ugly here in America. But I think in the end, we'll make it through. I believe the Republic is stronger than these idiots and stronger than Donald Trump. And the last thing I'll say is you can either stand with Donald Trump or you can stand with the Republic. You can't do both. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you, Heidi, for coming to another video here on the channel. Thank you for being one of my biggest supporters here on the channel. And y'all have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow with some more information if I have any. It may be a live stream. It may just be a regular video. I do not know. Anyhow, have a good evening, and God bless America.